Welcome, everybody, to another live edition from Inside Out. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you guys so much for joining another session right here, which is called Roundtable. And we are doing something pretty important tonight for our podcast. And normally I do, but when I do have something that I believe everybody can count on, you're going to get it right here from Inside Out. But ladies and gentlemen, with help, as always, my good friend Tammy. Welcome to the show, Tammy. How you doing? Can you hear me, Tammy? All right, looks like we might be having connection issues with her, but she'll come back up. So, Tammy, if you can hear me, shut your thing. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Tammy. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of this podcast. I appreciate every single one of you. As you guys know, we are doing something that's very important to me. I hold it near and dear to my heart. It's something that needs to be talked about. I have done other shows on this same topic, but I think it's very important that I get it out again to get out there so you guys can get educated on it, and we'll go from there. But I want you guys to understand the reason why we're doing this. Obviously, we are dealing with a lot of major violations all the time inside of our prisons. One of which is obviously an Eighth Amendment violation. And especially out here in the Deep South when it comes to heat-related issues and so many other issues, which we're going to be talking about here tonight. It's a slew of things that should not be happening under DOC's responsibility. All right, if that makes any sense to you guys. So I want you guys, when you guys are watching this, I want you guys to take notes. If you have to, watch the replay on this thing, and hopefully take what I'm showing you guys tonight purposely and serious, because again, this education is important for your locked up loved one. All right, and we have Tammy in here. Hey, Tammy, how's it going? Thank you so much for being in here. Again, you're more welcome to come back up and be a part of the show. There she is. Welcome, Tammy. How you doing?
Sorry. It kicks me out when the show starts. I don't know. You know what it is? It makes me watch the commercials.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's all good.
On that.
It's okay. But anyways, no, you're good. Welcome to the show, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, picking fights, taking names.
Fair enough. Well, as you know, and as you can see, we're dealing with obviously inhumane living conditions. You're actually dealing with your husband and all that. But, what do you think? Let me ask you this before we go into the details or the data tonight on the screen. What do you think we should do about all of this inhumane living conditions?
Well, I think we should start charging those responsible for being accessories to deaths of inmates, and I think that they should get in as much trouble as any parent, any caretaker, any worker in the healthcare field that would be held accountable, including doctors, nurses, nursing home staff, daycare staff, teachers, nursing staff at schools, psychiatric staff at schools, state hospitals, and whatnot. See, because they are government officials, instead of them being held to a higher standard, it's overlooked and they get a tap on the hand. I think I placed one in our chat that we have, our group chat,
Yeah.
about the guy up in was it Wisconsin? Where was that at? Do you remember? I sent it.
I think you might be close. It might be somewhere in that region.
The warden up in the Midwest. So basically, he was responsible for 7 deaths. Him and a whole slew of staff, and we're talking unaliving. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I forgot how I'm supposed to. Anyway, unalivings of inmates, and they got something of an officer. What was it, Jay? Do you remember? What they're charging them with? It was like something of a government official.
Oh, crap!
It's like stick your hand out and let me smack your hand, because don't do that ever again and you're fired. But yet these people are unalived.
Yeah.
Because of you. Because of your cruel and unusual punishment. An Eighth Amendment violation of the United States Constitution.
Correct. And and you hit everything on the nail there, because again, you have to understand too that when it comes to these violations, obviously, but people with common sense and whatnot know that you should not be doing that. DOC, for some odd reason, though, guys, pay attention to this. DOC, for whatever reason, thinks they're above the law. All right. And I'm going to have some data and some information here tonight that, basically backs up everything we're talking about here tonight. So before I get started, I want all of you that are watching this tonight, obviously, to take notes and listen. And understand that if you have a locked up loved one currently right now in prison, preferably in the southern states, it seems like the southern states are more popular, if you will, than any other state in the country. In this country. And as you guys know, the heat is obviously picked up. It's not even officially summer yet on the calendar, but unfortunately, it's starting to act and feel like it. And we're already dealing with, believe it or not, folks, we're already dealing with heat-related issues. Every year, it's the same old song and dance. So this is what I'm asking you guys to do, respectfully. If you have a locked up loved one in our deep south prisons, I'm asking you guys to get a hold of me. My email is right down there on the ticker, voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. And send me your information so we can look into it and try to help you get a case filed. When I say Eighth Amendment violation, guys, that's not just talk or hype. It's absolutely what it is. Eighth Amendment. And you can get your locked up loved one to file a federal lawsuit if the evidence and whatnot's there. All right. Wouldn't you agree, Tammy?
Yes, and if you're in Texas, please let Jay know that you're in Texas so you can send it to me, because I am probably, I know I keep telling y'all, but I work full time. So please forgive me, and I try and help other people outside of just my little world and the crap that I'm dealing with. Mm-hmm. Like, I spent my lunch hour on the phone with the family liaison that's like the right-hand man, woman to the warden where my husband is currently imprisoned, enslaved. Mm-hmm. I spent like my whole lunch hour dealing with a lot of stuff that he's going through that he shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I guess what I'm getting at is I'm very close to getting my nonprofit, and I promise you, under that umbrella and under that, I'm going to fight like you know what, to make sure that there is some kind of fairness put into this, because I've had it.
Fair enough.
As we get in, I'll tell you guys more, but not concerning just my husband, but several inmates.
Correct. Yeah, well, this is a good, important podcast for you guys tonight. So again, take notes so you guys know what to do. When I say Eighth Amendment, that's exactly what it is, and then you guys can sue under that section of our amendments. and of course other things. So let's go ahead and do the share screen. And then Tammy, if you want to help along, you can. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the, what did I do with it? Well, I'll just bring it up, and maybe if you have it with you, we can go through it together. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine. Which one are you bringing up? The ACLU?
Yeah, I want to see.
Or the McCready Law Firm.
Well, let me get the screen thing, the screen share fixed, and I'll let you know. I got it. I can't see it right now, so hold on a second.
That's fine.
All right. There's this one, or we can do. Where did the other one go? This one. What one sounds better to you right now?
ACLU is fine. We can leave that one up since you've got it up.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you can skip over the first paragraph and little thing, but know your rights. This is the ACLU. Of course, they're all over it, but there was a select scenario after you go past this. This is like to teach you about, what the Eighth Amendment is and different things, but
sure.
Select a scenario. I experienced assault or excessive force in prison. I'm facing religious discrimination in prison. I'm experiencing discrimination or abuse in prison because I'm transgender. I'm pregnant and in prison. I'm in prison and have a disability. Several people in there with that. I want to receive publications in the mail in prison. I want to send and receive mail in prison. So it just goes in and it breaks each subject down on this one. And so, for example, I've experienced assault or excessive force in prison. Prisons officials have a legal duty under the Eighth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from using excessive force and to protect prisoners from assault by other prisoners. Officers may not use force maliciously or sadistically with the intent to cause harm, but they may use force in good faith efforts to keep order. Prison officials may be violating the Eighth Amendment if they knew about a risk of assault by other prisoners but failed to respond, or if prison conditions or practices create an unreasonable risk of assault. For example, not having enough officers on the unit, not having cell doors that lock properly, etc. So what to do if you believe that your rights have been violated? Very important, guys. If you have been
assaulted by take notes, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is the part. Yes. No. If you have been assaulted by an officer or a fellow prisoner, you should file a grievance and appeal it through all available levels of appeal. Note that there are usually strict time limits for filing a grievance, so you should do so as soon as possible. If you believe you are in immediate danger of assault, you should tell a staff member you trust. Mental health worker, teacher, etc. Okay, guys, let me break this down on this level because it's very important. Your loved one should expect, even though they shouldn't have to, retaliation.
That happens all the time.
Because that's the first thing that's going to happen. Somehow they're going to punish you for your loved one raising concerns. Now, my husband, I tell him, you tell me, don't hide anything from me, no matter how bad, good, worse, ugly, any of it. Jay, you got to take it from here. I got to take this call. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. No, you're good. So, ladies and gentlemen, while she's doing that, I want you guys to understand something respectfully here. All this information is true and legit, or we wouldn't put it up here and put it out there. As you guys know, I do nothing but facts on this podcast. I don't hype anything up or mislead you. All right. So what we do here, obviously, and you guys can see it on the screen to back up what I'm saying. Everything so far we've told you is what you can use in your case, if you have one. All right. And again, I'm going to try to do more details, what you can do under this topic tonight, so just bear with me on that. All right, you guys have seen and heard me talk about this and what your rights are. So let's go ahead and continue some more with this. As you guys can see here, there's additional, I'll highlight it so you guys can see, additional resources. Prison Legal News is another great outfit that I use to get information out and whatnot. Go check them out. The link is right there in front of your face. The link to this website, the ACLU website, the one I'm showing you right now, is in the description of this video. Every piece of information that you guys are going to see here tonight is in the description of this live video. So if you want this page and to use it for your own leisure and time and whatnot, or educational purposes, it's there. All right. So remember, if you have any of the things that we are mentioning here on this webpage from ACLU, and again, all credit whatnot go to ACLU. If you are any one of these, again, I'll go through them real quick. Select scenarios. I experienced assault or excessive force in prison. Happens on a daily. You have a potential lawsuit. Remember that. Take notes. One more. I'm facing religious discrimination. Happens all the time, believe it or not. I did a show on that. And if it's going on and they're not giving you your certain religion belief, there you go. You have a lawsuit or a potential lawsuit if you can prove it and get all your evidence in hand. I'm experiencing discrimination or abuse in prison because I'm transgender. Yes, believe it or not, that's happening. And there's been a lot of lawsuits under that factor, believe it or not, since the rise of this. Since the rise of, oops, my bad. It won't let me highlight it. But since the transgender thing all came out. All right, moving on. I'm pregnant and in prison. There's a lot of that. There's videos on this, what, our DOC staff do to these pregnant women, which is completely uncalled for. But again, it happens all the time. If you're pregnant and in prison and they're not treating you like they should be, then that's setting you up for a potential 8th Amendment federal lawsuit. I'm in prison and have a disability. Yes, believe it or not, there's a lot of individuals inside prison that have disabilities, all right? And they get discriminated against all the time. 8th Amendment violation. Make sure you got your evidence and file a lawsuit. I want to receive publications in the mail. Yep, sometimes that happens. I want to send and receive mail in prison, and yes, that one also happens. And I did shows and podcasts on almost every single one of these guys. So again, go check out ACLU. As you can see here, the link to that is in the description. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one now and show you guys what's next on the list. All right, here we go. As you guys can see here, this is coming from the McCready Law Group. Again, credible law website. This is also in the description of my live, and I want you to understand that there's some great detail in this too as well. Let's go ahead and go through it real quick. As you guys can see, here's the title of it, and I'll highlight it. There it is. When an inmate's rights are violated. Pay attention to this, and please, by all means, with all due respect, take notes. Okay? When an inmate's rights are violated, this is what I need you guys to understand, and I'll go through each one of this stuff here nice and slow. A lot to digest, so please bear with me. All right? Says this. It's hard enough knowing that a loved one is in jail or prison. Feelings of loss, sadness, and hurt are common emotions. However, if you believe there's been a violation of prisoners' rights, which it happens all the time, such as being assaulted in jail, that can intensify the feelings involved, but that's not all. You want the injustice to stop. Absolutely. Okay, moving on to the next paragraph, guys. I'll go through this as fast as I can. Oops, my bad. Okay, what the... All right, that's weird. Stop the tweaking. Stop it. There we go. What in the... All right, anyways. It's not wanting to cooperate. Sadly, there is data that shows that inmates' rights are violated too often. Absolutely. In a study reported by the U.S. Department of Justice investigating the treatment of inmates by staff, staff, and of course, our locked up loved ones get treated disrespectfully too and whatnot by our inmates too as well, so it's a mixed bag. Regarding staff on inmate sexual victimization all the time, absolutely. It found that 64%. Remember this. This article came out on February 20th of 2023. So basically last year. So not too old. Obviously, that number is probably going to be way more higher now. Anyways, moving on. It found that 64% of the cases were perpetrated by correctional officers or supervision staff, 13% by maintenance or facility support staff, and 10% by medical or healthcare staff. Okay. Moving down the line here. All right. At McCready Law Group, we fight for rights. So they do what they can to fight for everybody's rights. All right. There it is. Moving down the list, the rights of prisoners. Here we go. This is where the misconception evidently lays, because everybody in the outside world or society, as you guys know, for some reason thinks that inmates inside don't have any rights. Well, that's not even close to the truth. So, anyways, here it is. The rights of prisoner. Even while incarcerated, a prisoner still maintains a number of rights. Absolutely. All prisoners should be free from discrimination based on their race, ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation. Absolutely. That's not allowed. They have the right to adequate medical care and treatment. That's another big thing. Maybe there's more time I can talk about that too. As well as assessing an attorney in prison and legal assistance should they need it. Yep. This is especially true if the prisoner feels their legal rights are being denied. Absolutely. Again, here it is. Why does it do that? Okay, there it is. Now, moving on to the next paragraph. Prisoners must have access to the courts and the ability to freely express any grievances about the conditions they are living under or the way they've been treated by prison staff. Absolutely. Correctional officers, supervisors, and medical staff. Okay. Prisoners are protected from any cruel and unusual treatment under the 8th Amendment. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. There it is. There's proof in the pudding right there. This includes cruel or inhumane punishments as well as instances of, you know what, the R word and assault. All right. Here's some more information. Common violations of prisoners' rights. Number 1. Assault and abuse that includes kicking, hitting, or excessive use of force. Happens all the time. Number 2, take notes, guys. Imposing arbitrary punishments. Number 3, ignoring requests for medical attention or treatment. Verbal abuse. All right. Trying to go as fast as I can here, guys. Sexual abuse. Property destruction. Yep. Using pepper spray. Yep. And causing the death of inmates. All right. All of that. Take notes. Okay. These violations can also be less overt, and occur due to prison overcrowding. Absolutely. Medical neglect, failure to provide basic services like clean water. Absolutely. Heating and cooling. AC. Or by imposing extreme isolation or solitary confinement for extended periods of time, meaning you can't be in the hole. But people do it all the time. Staff do it all the time. I've seen people being there for years and years on end, which the damage has already been done, and there's no fixing it, really. All right. So understand this, guys. Again, if you guys want to read all this information and all of the facts here it is. This link to this information to this website is in the description of the video here tonight. I hope that helps. All right. Let's move on to the next thing real quick. I have a video that I want to show you guys, which ties into what we're talking about here tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and play that right now. And then we're going to get in the chat and hear what you have to say. So here's that video. What you're seeing here, and all credit, by the way, goes to ABC 15 Arizona. This is coming out of Arizona. Arizona prison system healthcare violates constitutional rights. Absolutely. Here's the video. Let me know what you guys think of this and other information pertaining to this podcast tonight. Put it in the chat. Let's go.
Be cruel, inhumane, appalling. Just some of the ways a federal judge described how the Arizona Department of Corrections treats the inmates entrusted to their care.
ABC 15 investigator Courtney Holmes shows us why the state has been found in violation of inmates' constitutional rights.
Judge Rosalind Silver holding nothing back in her scathing opinion that Arizona is violating the Eighth Amendment rights of inmates with cruel and unusual punishment.
It's clear that she is beyond convinced that this is a broken system.
A system that David Fati and the ACLU National Prison Project has been working to change since 2012, when this class action lawsuit was first filed. A settlement was reached to improve prison conditions in 2014.
113 separate measures that they were supposed to comply with, but for a large number of those, they were never willing or able to come into compliance.
Even after being held in contempt twice and fined more than $2 million.
Judge Silver finally decided that the settlement wasn't working and we had to go to trial.
Weeks of testimony included inmate horror stories that the judge cited in her ruling. One inmate who showed progressive signs of multiple sclerosis was instead diagnosed as being delusional. Her MS went undiagnosed and untreated for years.
Wow.
The judge called it an example of the most callous and inhumane indifference. She also cites a 25-year-old who suffered from schizophrenia and died by suicide after never receiving his medication. In another case, records show one inmate over 7 days was only fed 9 times.
I really have to emphasize just how extraordinary that is. Prisoners being denied food is just not something we see in mature democratic countries. And yet, here it is happening in Arizona.
Imagine that.
2022.
And the judge was particularly critical of Director David Shin.
Director Shin had testified at trial that people in Arizona prisons actually get better health care than people in the community.
Judge Silver called Director Shin's testimony detached from reality, given the overwhelming evidence and repeated instances of insufficient care leading to suffering and death.
Yep.
Shin is responsible now, but this case began under former director Charles Ryan, who was also at the helm during another disturbing case involving Arizona's prison system. ABC 15's Unlocked and Unsafe series revealed that locks in some prisons just weren't working and left dozens of high-risk inmates free to leave their cells, light fires, and in some cases attack guards whenever they felt like it. Despite the department's history of inaction,
ADC has had more than 10 years to fix the problems.
Fati believes this time there'll be accountability.
They have fought us tooth and nail every step of the way. They have spent more than $10 million on private attorneys, even though they're represented by the Attorney General's office. We think enough is enough. The time has come for ADC to recognize reality and to finally, at long last, fix these lethal problems.
Courtney Holmes, ABC 15, Arizona.
And as you guys can see, there, I'm going to get back into the chat real quick, and I got some more stuff I want to share with you guys tonight. But there you go. It's an absolute disgrace on what's going on in our system. You guys can see it firsthand that and that's just one state. That's one state, one prison in one state. There's obviously other prisons in that state of Arizona, but it's all clear across this country, ladies and gentlemen. No matter where you go, what you do, you come across this. And you see it from prison to prison, from state to state. And nothing, believe it or not, guys, nothing is being done about it. So again, the lawsuit's been filed. You saw it there. And it should be a very successful and very fruitful lawsuit. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, the lawsuits that you saw there and the ones in the near future, if any at all, are all going to be funded and paid for by our tax dollars. You, the taxpayers. Yeah. So each and every time a lawsuit's filed, believe it or not, boom, bam, boom, there you go. You have the taxpayers footing the bill. And the taxpayers would save a lot of money, if DOC as a whole would run things a lot smoother. This is nothing but a business over here, guys. Nothing but a business. And everything's about the good almighty dollar. And you guys can clearly see, without any question at all, what we're dealing with. So before I go any further with the information on tonight's podcast, I need to ask if anybody and everybody is able to hear me, can see the chat, because I don't know, again, if I'm having connection issues on my end or what, because, again, it says I have 7 people in here, but I don't see any 7 people in the chat besides Tammy. So what's going on with the chat, everybody? I need to know, at least give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me or see me. Let me know if the connection's good. But I will carry on regardless and continue to do my podcast here tonight with what we're talking about. All right. So I want you guys to bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and pop up something here again. I got to find something. Just bear with me, guys. All right. Because I have something I want to share with you guys, which I have done before on this show. And believe it or not, it's one of those things where obviously not many people are aware of this information. They should. I've done at least 2 to 3, possible 4 shows on this. This could be my 5th show related to this. So give me 1 second. I'm going to find it online, show you guys what it is, and go from there. All right. I'm waiting for it to load. Just bear with me, guys. This is not it. All right, here it is. Just bear with me 1 second. I got to find the part that is important to me for this duration of the show. And I've done this before because, again, this is very, very, very important to understand here. And I'm going to show it to you guys in its entirety. Bear with me 1 second, okay, guys? All right. All right. So, all right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share screen on what you need to do if your locked up loved one is getting violated in prison under the 8th Amendment to the Constitution. So let's go share screen now and show you what I'm talking about. And I will show you guys how to find this and what you can do here in just a bit. Just hold on a second. All right, I hope you guys can see this. All right. What you see on your screen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is coming from the Prisoner Lawyer Handbook. This information that you see here, again, can be downloaded from a PDF file, and you can send this information, the whole entire thing, you can send this information in to your locked up loved one and be used for educational purposes to help them file their lawsuit. All right. So let me go ahead and read a few pieces of information here regarding this and what you need to do if this is happening. I want you guys to pay attention to number 3 down here, even though it should be number 1. All of this information right here. Okay. Wow. My computer is not, for the life of me, wanting to cooperate with a damn. I'm going to keep trying, though. Going to keep trying. Anyways, you guys get the general idea what I'm trying to do here. I do apologize for the issues. Number 3, try to get help. All right. and they do exist inside of our prisons. Try to get some help. Consider trying to hire a lawyer or talking to a jailhouse lawyer, or better known as a legal beagle, inside of our prisons. They do exist. If they do end up, wanting to help, or if they take your case, the payment that they want in return is just maybe a little bit of commissary or phone funds or something along those lines. Work out the deal and get it done nonetheless. Try to get help. Consider trying to hire a lawyer or talking to a jailhouse lawyer, and be sure to request a pro se Section 1983 packet from your prison law library or district court. You have to have these things in order for your lawsuit to be fruitful. So take notes on that, ladies and gentlemen, all right? So, and then the next thing, as you can see here, you need to also exhaust the prison grievance system. Absolutely, 110%. I can't stress this enough. Exhaust the prison grievance system. Use the prison complaint or grievance system and write up your concerns in detail. You cannot leave anything out. It has to be detail to detail. Appeal it all the way and save your paperwork, paper trail, evidence. Okay? It is very important you do these before filing your suit. All right? Or you're not going to win. All right? So, again, says here, very important, know your rights. Ask yourself, have federal rights been violated? Having no AC, no medical, religion, all of these constitute an Eighth Amendment violation, and you can sue. If you have experienced one of the following, the answer is maybe yes. Number one, guard or prisoner brutality or harassment. Okay? That's a big no-no in there, and it happens all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Number two, unsafe cell or prison conditions. Another one. Censorship or extremely limited mail, phone, or visit privileges. Any of these are being constructed, if you will, by DOC. That's a lawsuit on your behalf. Get your paperwork and get your evidence. Inaccurate medical care happens all the time. It's happening with my friend Tammy's husband. Interference with practicing your religion. Everybody's entitled to it. Whatever you believe in, you're allowed to have it. They cannot discriminate against your religion. Inaccurate food. Absolutely. Racial, sexual, or ethnic discrimination. All the time. Eighth Amendment violation. Okay? Placement in the hole without a hearing. Segregation. The shoe. IMU. The hole. Just a bunch of different things in related to that, where that is a major no-no, major violation. Okay? Now again, if all of these that you've seen here, okay, starting with all of these, okay, you have them, you have a potential lawsuit. Again, hey Rose, how's it going? Thank you so much for being in here. I appreciate you, Rose. Are you hearing me okay? And is the connection good? Welcome in, Rose. So as you guys can see, if that is currently going on with your locked up one's prison, I'm going to do what I can to continue to bring awareness to this, educate you guys on it, and help you. So if it's happening currently, right now, reach out to any of us. Okay, because I can get you guys connected to my team through my email. So my email to contact us is voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. It's right there on the ticker. Right there. voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. Get a hold of me. If it's happening, I will send you or help you or put you in the right direction. All right? I hope you guys are appreciative of this information. Thank you guys so much for being here. Tammy, I don't know if you're still dealing with your phone call, but if you are still on the phone, you still can come up. It would be appreciated. If not, I understand. I get it. Things happen. No big deal. If there's anybody else in the chat that wants to get up in here and, ask me questions or whatever the case may be, here's your opportunity to do so. Understand that I do these podcasts for strictly educational purposes, and you do what you may with it. All right. However, all of the information in this podcast and other podcasts are bona fide, legit information. It's not hype, and I do not lie with the facts. I highly recommend you do your own research if mine, for whatever reason, is not good enough. And keep in mind, I'm not an attorney, so I'm not going to give you, or ever give you, I should say, any attorney advice. However, I do have the experiences that may sound like I'm talking or acting like an attorney. But again, do your homework. You don't always have to take my advice. Okay? Before we bounce out of here soon, I want to go ahead and give you guys a quick update of what's happening next for this podcast and where we're going. All right? As you guys can see in my community tab, on June 20th of all days, which is a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be celebrating 6 years of being on YouTube, believe it or not. What an amazing milestone. 6 years, guys. I started this podcast back in 2018, and I have, this podcast has been through the ringer, if you can imagine. And I have, I can't believe how long I have been here. I can't believe how this has turned out, and I can't believe where we're sitting at right now. As you guys can see on my channel, I have now over 7,000 subscribers, and I love and respect every single one of you guys. Whatever it is that you guys are doing on your over there in your neck of the woods, or whatever it is, it's working, because I'm getting the subs, I'm getting noticed, and I do very much appreciate you guys and your continued love, respect, and support. You guys are awesome for that. So Rose, thank you for doing what you're doing. Again, Tammy, thank you guys for doing what you're doing. And that includes everybody else that gets in my chat normally. For some reason, I don't know if there's a connection issue, because again, there's nobody in here except what I told you. But again, guys, these things happen. A lot of this stuff is beyond my control, so it is what it is. But I want you guys to attend June 20th. Yeah, June 20th, 6 years being on YouTube. And we're going to just have one heck of a time over here on this channel. I haven't decided if I want to do it on Wednesday or Friday. I know it's on Thursday, but I don't do shows on Thursday. Okay, so most likely what I'm going to do is probably do it for Man's Night on a Friday of that week, because I think Wednesday is just too soon, in my personal opinion, to celebrate it, because it wouldn't make sense, because the celebration's on Thursday. But I'm not going to do the show on Thursday. I will celebrate it on Friday of that week. And what we're going to do is we're going to have like a little contest. Welcome in, Cynthia. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here, Cynthia. I hope you're doing okay in your neck of the woods. Good to see you. You're not that late, but you're still in here nonetheless. Thank you, Cynthia. So it's going to be like a little game show on the celebration night, which is going to be, I think I'm going to pick it on Friday. And whoever gets all the questions right in that question game, you're going to be getting a first grand prize. It went really well last year. I liked how it turned out last year, so I'm going to do it again. It was very successful. So I can't tell you what the prize is, but if you get all the questions right, see if you've been paying attention. If you got all the questions right regarding that, you will win the grand prize. Now, there will be a second place winner and a third place winner too as well. I can't tell you what the prizes are, but you will get the prizes as see fit if you get all the questions right. So whoever that is, I hope you guys got your thinking caps on and you can answer all the questions that will be given on that night. So it's going to be a little bit of fun, a little bit of chit chat, Q&A, if any, just a slew of things for Friday's night. So I think it's going to be great. And Cynthia goes, LOL. Yeah. Thank you, Cynthia. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good. So with that said, we got that coming up. But in the month of July, obviously July, we have a holiday coming up. July 4th is the birthday of the whole United States. But not only that, it's my birthday too. So yeah, I'll be 50 on July 4th. Amazing. I made it to another year, another number. Man, it's amazing. I'm getting old, guys. Getting old. Any event, we are going to be taking a small little vacation with that, believe it or not. Cynthia goes, my thinking cap might be a little bit broken. That's okay. It's a thought that counts anyways. I think we all have that problem. But thank you, Cynthia. Much love. Anyways, with that being said, we are going on vacation. And I can't technically tell you where it is because I want it to be kind of a surprise for a certain portion of it anyways, because I'll be visiting something that I've been wanting to visit since I got notice of it through Orphan Annie. So I will be dealing with that in the month of July, if I'm not mistaken. Cynthia said, hey, so we're both 49, right? Yeah, well, yeah, if you're 49, 49, but my birthday is on July 4th, so I'll be 50 here very, very shortly. So I think I don't know if I'm older than you or younger than you, but nonetheless, yeah, we're getting close to the 50 mark. So that's awesome, Cynthia. And Cynthia said, I'm excited for you. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Much love for that. All right. Anyways, so we're going to go on vacation. I will be taking you guys along with me on that vacation through community post on my channel, through pictures and all of that. So yeah, it's been long overdue. We need it. I need to disconnect from all of this. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride nonetheless, and it's long overdue. So just letting you guys know what's up with that. Cynthia gets back in here and says this. I just turned 49 last month. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. That basically means you're pretty much the same age. Just a few months off, whatever, but no big deal. So I'm hoping you guys can join me on the special event on Friday on, I think it's the 21st. Yeah, because June 20th is on a Thursday. So the event is going to be on Friday on Man's Night. And it's going to be a special show where we're all going to have some fun and mingle and get to know everybody if you're new here and all of that. Lastly, major shout out to all the major subscribers who subscribe to this channel and that are doing their part to make this a epic channel. So I very appreciate every single one of you. As you guys know, there's a lot going on. We're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. If I come up with any updates or concerning issues or breaking news events, you'll hear it right here first from Inside Out Network. So with that, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the chat. Let me know. I'm still waiting for Tammy. Again, guys, we were talking about the 8th Amendment violation and all the issues at hand. Before we get out of here, I want to show you guys one more thing. This was all over social media, and I want to hit on this real quick and play this video. So here it is. Stand by for that. This is basically not technically too related to the 8th Amendment stuff we're talking about tonight, but I have to get it out there and make a stink on it and show you what happened if you haven't seen it yet. So here it is. What you guys are seeing here, all credit and whatnot goes to my man over there at Texas Prison Stories. He does some great shit. He does some great shows. Again, if you go to his channel and if you want to go check him out, let him know Jay from Inside Out sent you. Anyways, not enough. Here's his video. Check this out.
Texas Prison Story family, salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. As you see by the title and the thumbnail, we had a super scary event happen today. I promise it would have shook me up and anybody else. When you're going to prison, you have a ton of things to worry about. There's going to be a lot of things on your mind and a lot of anxiety about what's going to happen when you get there. But one of the first things you'll realize is that when you get on that bus, you stop worrying about all that and just hope you make it to the prison. Hey, you'll see these bus drivers. As a man with a CDL for 16 years, I wonder how a lot of these guys got them, because I do drive down here in Galveston with a CDL. Buses, bluebirds come bring the inmates down to the prison and all that, and they can't drive. They're always speeding. They're always in a hurry. I can remember myself being on the chain bus, shackled with somebody else, and this little thing is whipping and weaving and going down S-curve roads and doing all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But this one here today, this was terrifying. Take a look. There was 25 men on the school bus here, shackled. 25 men helpless when this thing burst into flames. Look at it. Look how bad it is. It's literally burned away. I don't know if this happened due to poor maintenance.
I'm going to pause this real quick. Just by looking at this picture on the screen, guys, this is amazing to me. And real quick, just to let you guys know, I have no idea how any of these inmates on this bus survived this. They survived it by some major miracle. And again, it can happen anywhere to anyone or anything. I don't think we know what caused the fire. I think, to me, honestly, it's irrelevant. I'm sure it was probably mechanical. But nonetheless, I want you guys to understand that we could have had a major loss here. You know, these are somebody's father, somebody's husband, somebody's son, you know, on this bus. And this is a normal routine that you see here, how inmates are transferred from jail to prison or from prison to prison or whatever the case may be. And you can see this is how it's done. Technically, there really is no other easy solution about how to do this, but there you go. And it's a sad situation nonetheless. Let's go ahead and continue with the video. I won't play the whole thing, but you get the general idea. Here it is.
On the thing, maybe something went wrong. Maybe the brakes could have been too tight. They could have started.
Look at the inside of this thing. Look at the seat. These seats are made out of plastic, and they just melted. It was that hot. Some inmate was sitting on that chair. How they got away from that and not get burned or any other major injuries is just beyond a miracle.
The fire looks like it started in the front, but look at that, y'all. The thing about it is when a prison bus catches on fire or you have an accident, anything like that, guess what? They're not opening the doors and letting you run. Them men right there, you know, I wasn't there, but I can almost guarantee and bet you that these guys here had to stay on that thing until help arrived. Now imagine that. You're literally on this bus when it burst into flames, handcuffed to another man, y'all are trapped inside, and you gotta wait on help to arrive. They're not letting 25 guys just get off that bus and just run around.
Yeah.
There's only one armed guard in the back. So what do you think they're gonna do? Imagine being trapped in there like sardines.
Yeah.
Literally stuck inside. That'd be crazy. Al Gore, salute, man. Check these comments.
All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and stop the sharing there. But as you guys can see, that was a true event. That wasn't a made-up thing. And Cynthia gets in here and basically says, sad. It broke her heart. Broke everybody's heart. Everybody got lucky. Thank God there was no injuries. No life-threatening injuries, I should say. But you guys can see it firsthand what's going on here. It's a very, very sad situation nonetheless, and it happens. You're not even safe on the bus to transport you to whatever prison or institution you're going to, unfortunately. And, you know, I'll say this before we get out of here because, you know, obviously my time is limited. But I'll say this, guys. We as an American people and as even DOC-wise, we can do better. You know, we as a society can do better on all levels, including Eighth Amendment violations, including all this freaking heat-related bullshit. All of these issues and problems that are being done is being done deliberate. Obviously, guys, I've said it time and time again. I've said it, I don't know how many times on this show. DOC don't give a damn. And it's a sad situation nonetheless. Very, very sad situation. And we, the taxpayers, are paying for this every day. And as you guys know, and my friend Cynthia gets in here and says this, guys, very sad and scary. I can't imagine what was going through the inmates' minds when it was happening. I'm sure they will have PTSD for that situation. Yeah, absolutely. It will do something to them mentally. You are correct, Cynthia. Thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate you. You guys can see firsthand that we need major, major change. And hopefully, with this new administration and all of the other stuff that's going on in our world right now, hopefully we'll get it. The whole entire country is in dire need of change. We are the laughing stock of other countries. They're laughing at us. It's a major embarrassment. And I'm actually sad right now to even be considered an American. Our country is going to hell in a handbasket. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we do it to ourselves. Well, I shouldn't say we. Well, I guess in a sense we kind of do, but majority of our politicians do. Absolutely. Our politicians are what's causing a lot of the issues. Cynthia said sad but true. Absolutely. Thank you, Cynthia. Well, folks, I'm hoping that I will see you guys on this coming Man's Night. I think on our this coming up Friday, we're going to do a Q&A session. And it's going to be your opportunity to come into the chat with me, like you guys are here tonight, and ask us anything. And we'll do what we can to answer it. Q&A coming up this Friday. I don't want you to miss it. I think it's very fertile that we do those every now and then to kind of understand and find out where you all lie and what you stand and all of that. So, again, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate it. I love and respect every single one of you guys. I really do. As you guys know, Tammy had a phone call, and evidently it was quite important. I respect that. So she couldn't be here at the tail end of this podcast, but I do send her my love and respect for her and everybody in the chat. Rose, thank you so much for being here, Rose. I appreciate you. You know who you are, and let's keep this momentum going, and let's see if we can reach the 10K mark right here on this channel before the summer is out. Yeah, I think we can do it, guys. The way this is going, I think we can reach the 10K mark. What do you guys think? And I think if we do get that point, we'll have a celebration. All right. Cynthia gets in here real quick and says this: there's no more land of the free and home of the brave. I tend to agree with you, unfortunately. I don't know. Look, it's sad to even say that, to be honest with you. It really is sad. We shouldn't even be saying that, but it's true. Thank you, Cynthia. Yes, and absolutely, guys, if you're new here, make sure you hit and smash that like button for this channel. It helps it, and it helps it to grow and keep this momentum going. All right. Cynthia, thank you so much for being here. Even though you're late, I don't care. It's the point of you being here and showing your support. That's what I take that very, very seriously. So it doesn't matter if you're late or not. You're in here. It counts. Again, thank you so much for being here. I know you got a lot going on your side of the fence. But anyways, again, I appreciate you. And everybody else in the chat, thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to make some big things happen. Things are in the works behind the scenes, and we'll keep you guys updated. For everybody that was here, Tammy, thank you so much for being here. And everybody else in the chat, I love and respect you all. With that said, I'm your host, Jay. I will see you guys in the next podcast. Good night, everybody. Take care. Peace.